Good morning, students. This session is for class 11th and we are studying the circular motion in physics. Students, in last topics we have completed the definition of circular motion, then angular displacement, and then relation between angular displacement and linear displacement. Okay, students, today we are going to study the concept of centripetal force, then what is difference between uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion, and are every circular motion are accelerated or not. So let us start with the centripetal force. Okay, and with this concept in the same slide we will complete the concept of uniform and non-uniform circular motion, and then we will study that all the circular motions are accelerated, either they are uniform circular motion or non-uniform circular motion. Okay, so let us see what is centripetal force. Okay, let's see what is centripetal force. So student, you can see here centripetal force. Student, you know that. Let us revise what is meaning of force. I hope you know the meaning of force. Any push or pull that either displace any object or try to displace any object is known as force. Okay, let me repeat. Any push or pull that either try to replace object or replace object is known as force. But you can see here the centripetal force. Okay, so first let us understand the meaning of UCM. UCM means uniform circular motion. Okay, there is another term that is known as non-uniform circular motion. So let us first understand the difference between uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. So students, let us consider an object is moving on a circular path. Suppose this is a circular path. Suppose an object is moving on this circular path. Okay, so student, you can see, suppose this one is a circular track and suppose any object is moving on this track in anti-clockwise direction. So the speed of the particle at different points may be either different or same. If the speed of the particle at each point of this circular path is same, suppose it is 5 meter per second, or you can say anything different, that is 10 meter per second, whatever it is, but one value is fixed at each point, then the motion is known as uniform circular motion. Okay, but if the speed of the particle is different at different point on this circular path, suppose speed at this point is 5 meter per second, then after that at any other point it is 6 meter per second, then it is again 5 meter per second, then it is again 6 meter per second. So this type of motion is known as non-uniform circular motion. So let me repeat the things. If during the motion or circular path the speed of particle is same at each point, then this type of motion is known as uniform circular motion. But if during the motion on the circular path the speed of particle is different at either each point or at some point, then that type of motion are known as non-uniform circular motion. But you can see there is one question. This is uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. Why? So this is the question. It means this uniform circular motion is accelerated motion. This is fixed. Now you have to give the answer of this y. Why it is accelerated motion? Okay. So why this one is accelerated motion? So we are going to understand the concept why this motion is known as accelerated motion. Okay. So for this, let us understand the concept of acceleration first, and I hope you remember the definition of acceleration. So student, acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity with respect to time, but it is not defined like rate of change of speed. Okay, I hope you can understand this statement. Let me repeat. Acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity per unit time, but it is not defined like rate of change of speed. Okay, so acceleration is a vector quantity and it is related to the velocity vector. Now let us consider an uniform circular motion. Suppose this one is a circle and this particle is at this point P, then it is at point Q, then it is point R, then it is at point S. Now if this particle is in uniform circular motion, the speed at point P, speed at point Q, speed at point R and speed at point S must be same. It means change in speed is zero. But let us consider about the velocity of this particle. So at point P, velocity of particle is along y-axis. Okay, this is along y-axis. You can, so student, you can see here, if this on this circular track, if the particle is moving in uniform circular motion, it means the speed at point P must be equal to point Q, must be equal to point R and must be equal to point S. It means rate of change of speed is zero in this motion, but each velocity is also same at each point. So let's see, at this point, means at point P, the velocity is given by the tangent drawn at point P, but the magnitude of this velocity must be equal to the speed at this point, and that is 5 meter per second, but the direction is along y-axis, or you can say along the tangent drawn at point P. Similarly, if we are talking about point Q, so at point Q, the direction of the motion of the particle is given by the tangent drawn at point Q, or you can say it is along negative x-axis. Okay, but actually it is along the tangent drawn at point Q. Now at point R, it is again in the direction of the tangent drawn at point R, but in all these cases the magnitude of the velocity, it means their numerical value, that is known as magnitude, is same, that is 5 meter per second. So at point P it is 5 meter per second along y-axis, then at Q it is 5 meter per second but along negative x-axis. It is at point R, it is 5 meter per second but along negative y-axis. Now you can see at point S, the direction of velocity of the particle is along positive x direction, but its magnitude is again 5 meter per second. So in these cases you can see that you have four different vectors, okay, and their magnitudes are equal. So we can say the speed of the particle in this motion is same, but you can see here the direction of all the vectors are different. It means the velocities at different points are different. So you can say that in the same motion, speed of the particle is same, but velocity is different. So change in velocity in this process is due to the change in direction of this vector. Okay, change in velocity is due to change in direction of vector, but not in magnitude. It can be changed by magnitude also. It means you can say that, or in some case the velocity at point P may be 5 meter per second, then at point Q it may be 6 meter per second. So that is also case of non-uniform motion. In that case the velocity changes in magnitude as well as in direction. But in case of uniform circular motion, you can see here, in case of uniform circular motion the velocity changes due to change in direction but not in change in magnitude. Okay, so it means you can see that there is change in velocity. So if there is change in velocity, there must be acceleration, because change in velocity with respect to time is the cause of acceleration. So you can see here, uniform circular motion is accelerated motion because the velocity of the body or particle, you can say, changes at every instant, and changes due to every instant due to change in direction of the motion. Okay, so you can mention here due to change in direction of the motion of the particle. Now you can also say that means every moment. It means at each moment of time in uniform circular motion, the velocity of the particle changes due to change in direction of the motion. Okay, this is the complete statement. Now if there is change in velocity, it means the motion is accelerated. You can see here, change in velocity means acceleration, so the motion is accelerated. It means, yeah, now you can see here. Now according to Newton's second law says that there must be a force to produce this acceleration. So Newton's second law says that if there is no net force working on any object, there must be no acceleration. And if there is any acceleration in the motion, there must be a net force working on the body. Okay, it means in case of uniform circular motion, you can see there is acceleration due to change in direction of the motion. This shows that there is a force. According to Newton's second law, there must be a force, and that force, so you can see here, this force is called the centripetal force. Of course, the force due to which there is acceleration in uniform circular motion, that force is known as centripetal force. You can see here, this is the centripetal force, most important term related to the circular motion. This is something very important for circular motion and known as centripetal force. Now you can see the next point, that is, therefore centripetal force is required for circular motion. Yes, so centripetal force is required for circular motion because there is no circular motion without acceleration, and there cannot be acceleration without force, and in the force that is responsible for the circular motion is known as centripetal force. Yes, it is correct. So now you know about the concept of centripetal force. Okay, now you can see, no centripetal force, there is no circular motion. This is the condition. If there is no centripetal force, there is no circular motion. So I hope you understand the concept of centripetal force, then concept of uniform circular motion, then you are able to understand why all type of circular motion are accelerated, even there may be constant speed or variable speed. Okay, now we are going to the next slide. So let us understand the concept of velocity and speed in uniform circular motion. Okay, so you can see here, velocity and speed in uniform circular motion. Okay, so is speed is changing. So if motion is uniform circular motion, speed remains same at each point of the motion. Okay, it can be 5, it can be 6, any one number is fixed. It can be in fraction also. So suppose it is 6 meter per second constant at each point of the motion. So in uniform circular motion, this UCM means uniform circular motion, speed is changing. So answer is no, speed is not changing, or you can say speed is constant. Okay, so you can see here, is velocity changing? So answer is yes, velocity is changing because velocity is a vector quantity and direction is changing at every point of this motion. So let's see in this diagram. You can see here the direction of velocity at this point is here along, you can say, negative x-axis. Then at this point you can see in a some fixed direction, and at this point it is something different. So you can see at three random points the velocity vectors are equal in magnitude. Their magnitude are same, but their directions are different. So we cannot consider these three vectors are equal vectors, because condition for three vectors to be equal is that they must have equal magnitude as well as same direction. But in this case you can see here these three vectors are equal in magnitude, but they are different in directions. Okay, so these three vectors are not equal, but they are different vectors, and it means the velocity is changing in this process, and the change in velocity is cause of the acceleration, and this proves that this uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. So you can see here the velocity is tangent to the circle. The velocity vectors are all the same length. Same length means they have equal magnitude, but their directions are different, because the direction of motion of particle at any point is along the direction of tangent at that point. Okay, so I hope you understand the velocity and speed in uniform circular motion. Okay, now so you learn here that speed, if we are talking about uniform circular motion, then speed is constant in uniform circular motion, but velocity is not uniform or not constant in uniform circular motion, and this change because there is change in direction of the velocity. But there is one most important point, is that the magnitude of velocity remains same at each point, but due to change in direction of the motion there is change in velocity due to change in direction. Because you can see here this vector is something different than this one, and this one is also different, and these three are different due to their direction but not due to their magnitude. Okay, if these three are in the same direction, they will be considered as equal or similar vector. Okay, so I hope you understand about the velocity and speed in uniform circular motion. Now, so you have completed this one, speed is changing, and our answer was no, speed is not changing. Is velocity changing? So the answer was yes, velocity is changing, because velocity is a vector quantity and direction is changing at every point. So you can see here, if this point is moving on the circular track, this velocity gets changed at every point. This vector will change its direction at each point of this motion. Okay, So this one is variable. With the variation of this change in velocity, there will be an acceleration, and that acceleration is known as centripetal acceleration. So you can see here, first let us see some example of centripetal force, and then we will discuss centripetal acceleration in detail. Okay, so examples of centripetal force. So let us understand this concept of centripetal force with an example. You can see a body tied to a string and whirled in horizontal circle. तो यहाँ पे देखिए एक बॉडी है जिसको टाई किया गया है एक स्ट्रिंग से, और इसको इसी सर्कुलर पाथ पे घुमाया जा रहा है. Then centripetal force. This CPF is stand for centripetal force. Then centripetal force is provided by the tension in the string. Okay, so you can imagine that if there is no tension in the string, this circular motion is not possible. Suppose this rope is broken from this point, then this circular motion is stopped at that instant. So it means during this motion the most important role played by the tension in this string, and this tension is provided the required centripetal force for this circular motion. Okay, so centripetal force is not any external or any different force, but it can be same like tension. Some cases it is the friction, in some other cases it is the gravitational attraction, or it can be the electrostatic force in different cases. So centripetal force is not any different type or special type of force, but it is provided by the forces like tension, like gravitational attraction, like electrostatic force, like friction. Okay, so this is centripetal force in this case. You can imagine easily that if this rope is broken, this circular motion is not possible. Okay, it means the required centripetal force is provided by the tension of this string. So this centripetal force is equal to the tension. Let's see in another example. You can see this car is revolving on a circular path. So you can see here, for a car traveling around a circular road with uniform speed, the centripetal force is provided by the force of static friction between tires of car and the road. So if this car is traveling around the circular road, because the motion is circular motion, so there must be some centripetal force. Now this centripetal force is provided by the friction. In this case you can see here the friction between the tire and the road. Okay, between tire and the road. So this friction is responsible to provide the centripetal force for this circular motion, or the motion of this car around a circular path. Now in some different cases you can see examples are here, some different examples are given here. Okay, so example of centripetal force you can see, in case of electron revolving around the nucleus, the centripetal force is provided by the electrostatic force of attraction between the nucleus and the electron. Students, you will study the electrostatic force between two charged particles in class 12th, but let me tell you something about, suppose this one is the nucleus, because you know the basic structure of the atom. So you can see this one is the nucleus, this one is positively charged. Now electron is revolving on the circular path around this nucleus, so electron is negatively charged particle. So the attraction between this positive and negative charge is known as the electrostatic force of attraction, and this force is responsible for providing the centripetal force for this type of circular motion. So when an electron is revolving around the nucleus, the required centripetal force is provided by the electrostatic force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus, because electron is negatively charged and nucleus is positively charged. So we are telling here that this is electrostatic force of attraction. Okay, because there is attraction between two opposite charges. Now in this case you can see here the next case. In the case of motion of moon around the earth, the centripetal force, this CPF is stand for centripetal force. So the centripetal force is provided by the force of between the earth and the moon. So you have to fill there the name of the force which is responsible for this type of circular, which is responsible for the centripetal force when moon is traveling along a circular track around the earth. Okay, so I hope you understand the name of the force, or you can try to write it by yourself, because I am going to give you answer. So answer of this part is gravitational force between earth and moon. You can say gravitational attraction sometimes, but student, let me tell you one thing, that is gravitational force are always attractive, they are not repulsive in nature. So you can say either gravitational force or you can say gravitational attraction. Okay, so in case of the motion of moon around the earth, the centripetal force is provided by the gravitational force between earth and moon. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of centripetal force. In these four cases you can see that the centripetal force in first case was the tension given by the string, or the tension in the string. In second case the centripetal force was provided by the friction between the tire of car and the road. In third case you can see the centripetal force is provided by the electrostatic attraction between the nucleus and the negatively charged electrons. And in the last case, that is in the case of motion of moon around the earth, the centripetal force is provided by the gravitational attraction between the moon and the earth. So I hope you understand the concept of centripetal force, that is not any different type of force, but it is the forces which we know already. That means we know about the tension, we know about the friction, we know about the electrostatic force of attraction, we know about the gravitational force. So these forces are act as a centripetal force in different cases. Okay, and they are responsible for the different type of circular motion. So student, I hope you understand. Student, let me tell you one thing, try to solve the questions based on these topics, and there are some higher order thinking skill questions, then there are some paragraph and you have to find out the answer of the question from the paragraph. So student, try to solve these questions which are given in your book, your side book. Okay, because I am repeating the same sentence. If you solve at least 10 questions based on any topic, then you will be able to apply the formula in different cases, and you will get more deep knowledge about any concept. Okay, only सिर्फ एक बार पढ़ने से आप चीज़ों को समझ नहीं पाएंगे. एक बार पढ़ेंगे चीज़ें, हो सकता है आपको समझ में आ रही हो, बट द अप्लीकेशंस आर क्वाइट डिफरेंट. अप्लीकेशंस, चीज़ों को पढ़ना और उसको अप्लाई करने में डिफरेंस होता है. ओके, सो जो अप्लीकेशन है वो आपको प्रैक्टिस से ही आते हैं. तो ट्राई टू सॉल्व एट लीस्ट 10 क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन ईच टॉपिक, एंड देन you will see that you will be able to apply the same concept in different cases, and you will feel good with different type of concepts. Okay, so student, I hope कि आपको ये क्लास में जो सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स के कॉन्सेप्ट समझाए गए हैं वो समझ में आए हैं. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम लोग आगे के टॉपिक स्टार्ट करेंगे. तो हम इस टॉपिक को यहीं पे कंप्लीट करते हैं. फॉर एनी डाउट यू कैन कमेंट, और you can contact with us on WhatsApp, or you can sort out your problem in online sessions which we are already conducted at different times. Timetable are already given to you all, so please try to connect with us. Okay, stay home, stay safe.